This is why the feminine gets ghosted by the masculine and what to do about it. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Today we're diving deep into a topic that resonates with my heart and with many. So why the feminine often experiences painfully being ghosted by the masculine, and more importantly, what she can do about it to get femme-powered. I've been there myself, and I'm here to share insights and solutions that can empower you on your journey so you don't have to go through going all the way over to Italy and getting ghosted from California by some guy you thought was your ultimate soulmate. Hello, I did that. All right, so first, let's understand the dynamics of the ghosting of the feminine by the masculine. What is ghosting? Ghosting is painful, but why does it happen? Nobody wants to be ghosted. It's not just about being disappeared on, someone not showing up for you. There's something deeper that's really going on that needs to be addressed. This is about unspoken emotions, expectations, and the communication gap or the communication total breakdown. Sometimes we have to be super crystal clear about our expectations. One time, there was a woman who was dating to meet her twin flame. She was ready to not only get back on the dating horse, but to go for her ultimate Prince Charming. And so she put her online dating portfolio back up online. She spiced things up, got a few new lingerie items, a piece of jewelry, power crystal necklace. All right, so she was ready to go. And she went on a date with a handsome young gentleman. And things went really well, and he was very flirty, and they ended up going to the dance that was happening that night. They danced, they kissed on the dance floor, and he called her up, or actually text messaged her, some very flirty kind of messages. And she said, look, buddy, like, it was wonderful hanging out with you, but I'm noticing this like very sexy connection that we have. I just want to be very clear. I am looking for my ultimate soulmate, the one. I want to get married. I want to have a family. We kind of talked about that a little bit, but I'm getting like more flirty vibes from you. And she put everything out there for him to see, feel, and hear. And his response was, whoa, thank you for being so upfront. I appreciate that. And to be really honest with you, I find you incredibly attractive and sexy, and I'd love to see you again. And I just got out of a 6-year relationship, and I just left basically a cult religion that I grew up in, and it didn't allow me to have much sex. And I want to go out and have as much of it as possible and explore what life has to offer. And you seem like a really juicy woman to explore it with. No, thank you. That is not what I'm looking for. And I so appreciate us getting clear. So had she not laid down the law, her laws, her divine truth early on in this dating scenario, this potential relationship, she could have gotten completely entangled in the moment, the passion, the sex, the cocktail of bonding chemicals, anandamide, oxytocin, all those juicy feel-good hormones that makes a mama bear want to fight for her young and say, this is the relationship of my dreams. So these things happen to so many good women. And then all of a sudden, when they're in the deep bond, the sexual connection, the chemistry is there, boom. He sometimes says, that's all that I can handle for now. That's all that I want. All my needs have been met. And by the way, I'm totally overwhelmed by old feelings that I've had with my mother wounds, or you're putting all this expectation on me. And he might have all this resentment. So if you are one of the women that is like the woman in the story, who, by the way, if you haven't figured out, it was me, you will definitely want to communicate your needs super early on, because unclear communication is one of the biggest reasons for ghosting with the divine feminine. Now, the second piece of understanding the dynamics of ghosting is the dance between the feminine and masculine. This is crucial. Sometimes a lack of balance can just lead to a disconnect. We really want to balance the give and take aspects. We want to balance our needs being fulfilled, their needs being fulfilled, them reaching out and communicating, us reaching out and communicating, us maybe sitting and feeling and being in our bodies and being in our systems and really asking, like, what do I want? And being with ourselves and pulling in a little bit and allowing that space for them to do the same. So relationships are a dance between two people or more if you're in more than two, but that's what relationships are. It's a dance, and balance is where the success comes from. And if you've been ghosted, you might remember and look back, wow, maybe I was over giving, or maybe he was love bombing me and showering me, and then all of a sudden he ran out of gas and ran out of his bag of tricks, and so he needed to run for the hills and feel his shame come up. Not very mature game, but sometimes by understanding the big picture, there was not balance in the space. That will help us really understand, okay, it wasn't me. It wasn't anything that was bad about me. I can just really own that I wasn't allowing for this balance of feminine and masculine. Speaking of dance, I wanted to, in this second section here, to talk about dance and embodiment as medicine, literally dancing, getting in your body. So for you, maybe dance is not dance. Maybe it's morning walks or going to the gym or running or meditating in some moving capacity, getting embodied, doing your breath work. But one of the powerful ways to reconnect with your feminine essence is through dance, is through letting the Shakti and the Kundalini form its way through the Sushumna, through the chakras, through your auric field. It's also a form of self-expression and healing that can be deeply transformative. And of course, I'm so partial to dance because I teach my students and clients how to get embodied through dancifestation. And I dancifested my twin flame literally on the ecstatic dance floor in 2014. Know that we have a 3-day live immersion where we're going to dive in super deep to all of this stuff, the empowerment, the embodiment, the marriage of the divine feminine and masculine, stepping into inner union. We're going to be looking at those beautiful mother wounds and father wounds, and learning how to regulate the nervous system, learning how to communicate, learning how to express and own our inner desires and pleasures, learning how to thaw the old shut down nervous systems, belief systems that have been holding us back. And if you haven't heard about it, this 3-day live event, it's coming up soon on 11/11. It's called Twin Flames Live. I'm going to put a coupon code down below so that you can check it out. You're going to be saving thousands of dollars with a special package that I'll link it to. So buy it through the package and use the coupon code. And this weekend is going to be our very best work. We're going to give you everything that we have that we can pack into 3 days live together on video, Jack, myself, and some of our twin flame experts. It's going to be a divine feminine awakening, divine masculine activation, a journey within the soul with soul family. It's going to be a super beautiful, deep, intense work, turn from pressure into pleasure, from pain into that diamond treasure. So make sure you join us, or at least click the link below to see if it resonates, if you're wanting more support, if you're ready for that next step. Another piece of dancing as medicine or embodiment medicine is really we get to embrace our sensuality. We live in this hyper-sexualized culture, but we're often in more of a shut down state around our sensuality. So what we want to do to build healthy erotic blueprints to be in a healthy sacred sexuality is to slowly build the flames, not to jump into bed, not to force the fire. Otherwise, we might burn out. So we want to really do these slow, sensual healing practices, whether it's dance, whether it's eating foods, delicious, sensual foods, blindfolded. I was going to say naked, blindfolded with your lover, but no, maybe it's even just having a friend feed you, or to do an exploration of the senses of eating with your eyes closed and really savoring a small piece of raw chocolate, or smelling some of your essential oils with a blindfold and really dropping into the body. This is such a fundamental aspect of the feminine energy. It's feeling alive in the body, getting out of that heady, pushing, go, go, go masculine and mental world that we've been raised in. And we've been raised to worship and believe that we should cut our senses off and just be performers. So if you want to be in a twin flame union, it's not about sexual performance. It's about sensual prayer formance, praying within, intuiting within, feeling blessed within, enjoying the journey within ourselves, and connecting that journey inside with the person in front of us, their journey inside, and letting those journeys weave together, just like the twin flame kundalini weaves together. It's a very internal experience that then gets expressed in the mirror, where 1 + 1 is not 2, it's 11 or infinity. All right, so let's talk about this third piece here, which is honoring the feminine within, which we're on the topic of anyways. So goddess, my queen, you are a goddess. If you are in a male body, you still have that goddess high priestess energy. It is your own birthright. It's vital to honor yourself and recognize your worth. When you see yourself this way, others will too. So that's why we want to steep ourselves in self-care, incorporating self-care rituals into our lives, whether it's your daily ablution, a foot bath, a facial scrub, an essential oils pampering 5 minutes in the morning, breath work, meditation, integrating all these things. The point isn't to force it, but it's to create the sacred container to feel effing good. Slowing down, having the practices will maintain that strong connection with your inner feminine, which therefore is an opportunity for the masculine to be magnetized to you, which is the fourth piece I want to talk about here. The opportunity for the masculine. When we are ghosted, we often are not feeling into the entire balance within ourselves of our feminine and masculine. It's the ghosting shows us where we're split, where we're running from ourselves, essentially. And we need to stop running from ourselves. And we also need to start finding people who are aligning with us in a healthy way. So this is kind of where our own inner bouncer, our own inner masculine security guard needs to step up. So calling in your own inner masculine, sometimes the masculine doesn't understand the depth of our emotions. That's why some men and the masculines have run from us. And there's that part of ourselves where we have not wanted to feel the depth of our emotions or to be loved in our quote unquote insanity, our too muchness, our watery woman energy, or I'm too feminine, I'm too emotional, all of this too muchness. The ghosting can represent that hatred in ourselves. And when we are really in a state of hatred, where it's often coming from is actually the black or white thinking of the inner child, the traumatized, wounded child. So psychologists have found that if we're in a black or white state of thinking, like, I'm not good enough, I'll never meet a man, there's no one good out there, the person who left me is a total jerk, and like, if we're in this black or white, there's absolutely no gray shades of in between, then we're usually coming from a wounded inner child. And that is where we want to really step up our masculine to be like the dad we maybe never had, whether you had a quote unquote like great dad who was always there, or a dad that was totally unavailable. Most of us could use some inner dad wisdom of how to weed out the bad apples in our dating life, or weed out the bad energies in our dating life, where we really can say, look, when you did this, I was hurt. That didn't feel good. I'm setting this boundary. This is what I need, communicating. So the empowered masculine in us stands up for herself, says no, says yes, I want more of this, I want less of this, allows for the space of healthy communication and respect in our relationships. If a woman has been ghosted once or chronically ghosted many times, she has some room to grow regarding setting boundaries, regarding healing her inner child. She might be in a black or white thinking state that she keeps manifesting this, no one ever loves me, I've been ghosted. It's a very intense experience, very extreme experience when we're ghosted. That usually represents that abandonment, rejection, that deep-seated pain of the inner child. So notice, do you have the black and white thinking? Now it's time to put that protective masculine arm around the child. I love you, I'm here. And the masculine, what he does is he protects and nurtures the feminine. He creates that womb-like safety by barricading any darkness, any negativity, any men that might ghost her, any dark masculines that might ghost her. So it's our job to raise both the feminine and the masculine in us, that super nurturing, loving feminine, nurturing you, saying, it hurt. It hurts so bad to be ghosted. I know you don't deserve that. I love you. And it's also time to step up in the divine masculine protection. So to sum it up, ghosting can be a very complex issue, but it can be a super huge catalyst for exponential personal growth, connection. When addressed correctly, it can put you on track to align with your twin flame. But if ignored, we don't step into the power that we have to heal. We don't honor ourselves. We allow that opportunity to wash away and can leave us a very negative memory from our childhood, probably re-imprinting. So we want to embrace the dance of energies. We might actually literally want to dance and get embodied. And if you found this video helpful, make sure that you are aware that there's more than just these videos. Know that we have a 3-day live immersion where we're going to dive in super deep to all of this stuff, the empowerment, the embodiment, the marriage of the divine feminine and masculine, stepping into inner union. We're going to be looking at those beautiful mother wounds and father wounds, and learning how to regulate the nervous system, learning how to communicate, learning how to express and own our inner desires. This 3-day live event is coming up soon on 11/11. It's called Twin Flames Live. I'm going to put a coupon code down below so that you can check it out. Final message is that you are worthy of love. You are deserving of the respect. This ghosting experience is no mirror of how beautiful you are. It's just mirroring some ancient pains that need to be addressed. If you're ready for beautiful connections, keep dancing through life, and may your journey be filled with light and love. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste. Namaste.